Hi, I'm slacking off on my Lent duties. I didn't read Matthew yesterday, but at least I read some Genesis. So I hope you're having a good Lent, a good pre-Easter, getting ready for spring. And please try to read a little of the Bible with me or on your own. Matthew 5:43. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your enemy. You shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. So you have heard that it was said, love your neighbor, hate your enemy. But, so Jesus is changing things here, but I say to you, love your enemies. Love your enemies, even though they hate you, love them. That's hard to do. Bless those who curse you. Bless you, curse you. Good things happen to you, bad things happen to you. Do good to those who hate you. Good things to those who hate you. I hate you, but I have good things to do to you. Do good to them. And pray for those who spitefully use and persecute you. Pray for you. Pray for them. I'm praying for you. Pray for those who spitefully use and persecute you. Ouch. That hurts. I don't want to pray for them, but God calls us to. So, you have heard it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. Fight with your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemy. Love those who hate you. And bless those who curse you. Do good things to those who hate you. And pray for those who spitefully use and persecute you. So this is from Matthew's sketchbook, and it's waiting to be published, and I'll get it to you as soon as possible. Matthew 5:47. And if you greet your brethren only, what do you do more than others? How are you different than others? You only greet your brothers. Brother, hi. And if you greet your brother only, hi friend, hi brother, what do you do more than others? You don't do more. That's a greater than symbol, but I think I'm using it as a more symbol. What do you do more? You're the same as everyone else. How are you different than other people? Do not the tax collectors do so? Hello, tax collector, hello. Therefore you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. Perfect like your Father in heaven. Hard to do, but try to be perfect. Matthew 6:1. Take heed that you do not do charitable deeds before men to be seen by them. Look at what they're doing. Hey, look, we're doing charity, acts of love, giving money to the poor, things like that, giving clothes away. Look what we're doing, hey. So make sure you're not seen before men. Otherwise, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Nothing for you, just because you're doing that in front of men. God doesn't care about that. So let's go back to the beginning of the page. If you greet your brother only, hey, hi friend, hi brother, what do you do more than others? You're just the same as everybody else. Doesn't the tax collector do the same? Hi brother, hi friend. But be perfect like your Father in heaven is perfect. And if you do charity and good acts of love, look at what we're doing. Just to be seen before men, you will have no reward, nothing for you from your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:45. That you may be sons of your Father in heaven. That you may be sons of your Father in heaven. You're sons, you're my sons, says the Father in heaven. This is right. 5:45. Ooh, it's mixed up. Should I start this again? Matthew 5:45. That you may be sons of your Father in heaven. You are my sons, says the Father in heaven. For he makes the sun rise on the evil and on the good. His sun rises on evil, and his sun rises on the good. And sends rain on the just and on the unjust. He sends rain on the just, the good, and the bad. Everybody gets rain. Just and unjust. Sun is on the evil and good. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? If you love those who love you, what's so special about that? What reward do you get? Do not the tax collectors do the same? Even the tax collectors do this. They say hello and love those who love them. So I think I mixed that up, but let me know. Hopefully it worked out. I don't feel like doing it over again. It's at night. Anyways, Matthew 6:2. Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, when you do some charity or acts of love, do not sound a trumpet before you. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, I did this. I have something for the needy. Don't do this as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory from men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. So here's a hypocrite who's two-faced, nice and mean. Nice on one side sometimes, mean on the other side sometimes. Sounding a trumpet for the glory of men in the synagogue. Do, 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 do. Glory for men in the synagogue and the Jewish church. They have their reward. And in the street, they're sounding the trumpet. Boom, 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 boom. Glory. They have glory from people. So when you do something good for somebody, a charitable deed, don't sound the trumpet. I have something for the needy. Don't be as the hypocrites do, two-faced, how they sound a trumpet for the glory of men in the synagogue and in the street. Men in the street, men in the synagogue. Do things for God, not for men, is what it's saying. Matthew 6:3. But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. There's the left hand. What are you doing? I'm not telling. Don't let the left hand and the right hand. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. That your charitable deed may be done in secret. Doing a good deed, but it's maybe giving poor or helping somebody. It's done in secret. You don't need to let everybody know. Bum, 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 bum. I'm doing this. And your Father who sees in secret, I see that charitable deed in secret. Shh, it's secret. He will himself reward you openly. So he'll give you an open reward, even though you're doing a secret deed in charity. For charity. Okay, let's do that one more time. When you do a charitable deed, don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. For what'll be done in secret, the charitable deed done in secret for the poor. Well, do your charitable secret for others, charitable deed for others in secret. And your Father who sees in secret, he sees it. Shh, it's a secret thing, but God sees it. He will openly reward you, openly help you and give you good things. So I think this is one more page. Prayer, Matthew 6:5. And when you pray, talking to God, dear God, and I put my hands together. When you pray, you shall not be like the hypocrites. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be two-faced. Let me show you my hands praying. How can I do this? Here are my two hands praying. Dear God, please be with our day. Put your hands together and pray. Or you can open your hands too. So when you pray, don't be like the hypocrites, for they like to pray standing in the synagogues and on the corners of the streets, praying in the church, praying in the synagogues, praying on the street, la 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 la, on the corners. Here's a corner, pew, 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 pew. There's the corner right there. Standing on the corner so they can be seen by men. Some people just want to be seen by others all the time. I say to you, assuredly I say to you, said Jesus, they have their reward, but you, when you pray, go into your room. So they have their reward, but you got to do this. Go to your room in secret. So don't be a hypocrite. Don't be two-faced when you pray. Don't be like the hypocrites who like to pray in the synagogues and church, pray in the corners, just so they can be seen by men. So when you pray, they have their reward. They can do that. But I say to you, said Jesus, for you, go in your room. Matthew 6:6. And when you have shut your door, close the door, go in your room, close the door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. So shut the door and pray in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will openly reward you. So do things in secret. I've also heard to have a closet, like a broom closet or a clothes closet, and go and pray in there secretly. And God will see you, and He will reward you, give you blessings in the open. And when you pray, do not use vain repetitions as the heathens. Repetition, God, heathen. That's how the heathen pray, I guess. No vain repetitions, empty. God, please. I don't know. What are vain repetitions? For they think they will be heard for their many words, so you can hear me. La 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 la. Heathen. They're praying a lot of words. Therefore, do not be like them, for your Father knows the things you have need of before you ask. I know what you need before you pray. Ask me. Don't be like them. Don't be like the heathen. So let's look at the pictures. So when you pray, go into your room, close the door, shut the door, pray in secret, and your Father in heaven, your Father will see in secret and give you an open reward, open blessings. And when you pray, don't be like the heathen or the non-Christians. Pray, repetition. Pray many words so you can hear me. Don't be like that. Don't be like them. God says, I know what you need before you ask me. So tomorrow we will talk about the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. So that will be God's prayer tomorrow. Have a good night.